hello, and welcome to Open Everyone. I'm Rina Valentin, your host, de Café con Leche, for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us. That's right, online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget while you're there, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, FB, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Insta Stories at Rina Valentin. Okay, so going on now through the end of September, the Poe Park Visitors Center has on display their latest exhibit, the Bronx Meets Africa. And well, this exhibit showcases East African artists and their connection to the Bronx community. And joining us now to tell us more, we welcome the creator of the exhibit, Bronx Meets Africa, Sika Foya, along with Elegua Wycliffe, also known as Swift. He's one of the artists from the exhibit, and of Lucy Aponte, director of Poe Park Visitors Center. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I would like to just begin with Lucy because, well, Poe Park Center has a lot of activities that are happening in the month of September. And so what I'd like to know is, how do you decide your curations? Like, how do you decide the themes, and are they related to the months in which you're exhibiting?
They're not necessarily related to the month we're exhibiting, though many times they are, such as our winter show, which happens in the holidays. But artists come to me, or I get a call, and I speak with someone, and we talk about an idea, and it sounds fabulous, and then we start to coordinate and get together, and we hash out the idea, and then we plan. If it's something that looks like it's great for the Bronx, and it's great for the exhibition, then it goes on our calendar.
So Sika, with you being the curator, can you enlighten us a little bit about the history of the Africans that reside in the Bronx and what your curation is based off of?
Yes, thank you for having us. East Africa, believe it or not, the highest population is in the Bronx compared to like Brooklyn, Manhattan, or Harlem. And most of the time, when we think about Africa, we think about West Africa. We don't think about East Africa. Mm-hmm. So we decided to showcase East African because they're here, they reside here, they live here, they go to work, and they're realizing their American dreams. So the best way to showcase who they are and where they come from is to bring artists from East Africa. And then we approached Lucy through Fabio. We call him the pianist without borders. He traveled the world playing piano publicly, and they donate piano to orphanage, homeless people. So we met with him in Uganda, and he told us about Lucy and then the gallery, and then we start getting our artists together, and here we are.
And how many artists are being exhibited?
We have about 13 artists.
13.
Not all of them were able to come, mainly
Thank God.
because
I don't know if the segment's long enough. I mean, we would love to have them all, but I don't know if we have the time.
I have an organization called Affirmative Art, and we do art, community engagement through art. And we affiliate with a school in Uganda. And through the school, we selected students, professors, and graduate students that completed the program from the school called NIAD. And that's how we got the students together to showcase their work. Swift, actually, he lives in Kenya.
Okay, wait, we have to talk a little bit about this, right? Because Elegua is a nice name. That's like a blessed name.
Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And then you want to be A.K. Swift. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that.
Actually, it's my grandma who gave me that name,
Which one?
Swift.
Swift?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Elegua.
That one too.
That one too?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about both names really quickly.
Swift basically is a graffiti name that I use, and it's short. But Elegua is my surname, and it's very African. I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your art. Do we have any of his artwork?
We have one that I sent. It's the lady nursing the baby. I don't
Okay,
know
well,
if
if we
that.
have it,
Yeah.
they'll show it.
Okay.
But I do want to hear from you how long you've been an artist and what inspires your artistry.
I've been an artist for 10 years now, and basically I feel like my inspiration comes from every person I meet every day, and what we talk about, their experiences, my experiences, and how we interact with each other. That's my main
Okay,
inspiration.
so we are looking at this. Is this his work?
This is not his work.
That's not
This
his work,
not-
but this is a kind
yeah,
of
this
art.
is his work.
This
yeah.
is his
Yeah,
work.
this is his work.
This,
yes,
oh,
yeah.
wow, that's inside,
Yeah.
as a matter of speaking.
And the way this came about, they visited the Omo village. It's like a small community in Ethiopia, and they're very reclusive. And they paint their bodies as art. So they went there. He went there and I said, "Now, let's paint the way you paint your body on a canvas."
On canvas.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
it was their first time actually experiencing proper paint, using brushes, painting on canvas, because all they do is just paint on their bodies, and they normally use mud, which they get from the river, and they mix with leaves and create dyes, and this just create colorful designs on their body.
Natural dyes
Yes.
from nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later in
Great.
another segment, but it's nice to have it all related. And so just because I saw it in your images, there's I guess inside look is what I referenced, right? It's like you kind of go inside human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that. He
Well,
knows what I'm talking about. I just saw it like really quick. So
Yeah,
that's what I was asking, like what inspires your work?
Well, I mean, for me, every day I get to meet different people. I mean, being a graffiti artist, I end up painting in slum areas, but then the next day I end up painting in some fancy office. Then the next day I'm painting in some criminal-infested area. So these kind of interactions make me meet with these people, and at the end of the day, all these are human beings, you know? So we
Nice.
don't need to judge someone because of, I mean, the way they dress or the way they appear, but at the end of the day, it's who they are inside.
I
And
love
that's
it.
what I
Yeah.
try to bring artistically.
Beautiful. I'm looking
Thank you.
forward to seeing your work. And thank you for saying that, because the world needs more of that mentality or that outlook in life. It's like we're all human beings, right? And so how long is this exhibit up for?
So the exhibit is up until the end of this month. The last Saturday of the month, we have the closing reception with the artists being there and Sika
And
as well.
we're inviting the Bronx community and the artists from the Bronx to come meet the artists. And the idea is this is the beginning. Now the next show will be East Africa Meet the Bronx, and we want to showcase Bronx community artists in East Africa. It will be in Uganda and in Kenya. So this is a beginning to have a cultural conversation about who we are, no matter where we are.
So
Because
this one is Bronx meets Africa,
Africa.
and the other one is
Will
going to
be
be
Africa meets the Bronx, yes.
And the difference is that you guys went to Africa and did this work, and the art represents that. And then the next exhibit will be the Africans that reside here in the Bronx.
yeah.
Well, the
And
artists from the Bronx.
Right,
The
artists
the
from the Bronx.
African
Right.
artists in the Bronx. Right.
Not only
No,
the
not only
African, but
Africans. Okay.
Bronx
the Bronx
artists.
artists.
Bronx artists,
Yeah.
Bronx artists.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
I just want to see where we're all
Yes,
going with
yeah.
this. Is we're all one big
Bronx
family
is
anyway, right?
Exactly, and we want to know who they are. You know, are we that different from each other, whether
Okay.
we're in the Bronx or in?
This is
Beautiful.
the second the Bronx meets
All right.
another culture, the second one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. Great
Thank
work,
you.
Lucy.
Thank you.
No, thank you
Thank
for
you.
bringing it right here, and it's
I'm
very
excited
local.
about
We're
this.
excited about
I'm so
it.
glad he was able to make it. So I
Love
had
it.
to
Love
embrace
it.
him.
Beautiful, wonderful. Guys, I'm looking forward to it. And for you guys, you make sure you check out the Bronx Meets Africa exhibit on display now until the end of September, and that's happening at Poe Park Visitors Center, located on 2640 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. And for more information, you can call 718-365-5516. And we are taking a quick break, but coming up, we'll learn about a classical music festival coming right here to our borough. So stay tuned.